Everyone, welcome to the Firstborn Series podcast. My name is Oluwa Pelumi Or. This is the first of three to come in this month of May. We hope to be able to do more like this in the month of June, which is my birthday month, 2026. The essence of the conversation is so that we are able to have firstborns share about their journey so far, so good, and help the next generation understand how to navigate challenges that may come up even as they go on. It's more like somebody who has walked your path, sharing with you ideas that helped them go through that path successfully, and you are able to pick from that their tips and ideas to work your way even smoother than it would have been without some words of encouragement and some blueprints laid before you. My guest for this one is somebody who is a firstborn, has so much to say on this one. She is a public speaker. She is an author. She is a sound mind, and it was just a great thing for me to invite her to come on board and lay bare to everyone who is a firstborn. Usually, most I guess my target for this first one, though, if I have to be honest, will be for firstborn daughters, so that you're able to find your way past that level. Without further ado, please welcome with me already in the studio here, Miss Victoria Matthew. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me. Thank you, Mr. Palomi. I'm very grateful and I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right then. Thank you. Now let's jump straight at it. You are the first of how many kids?
First of three,
First of three. How many boys?
just one boy, and that's the second born.
And then there's the girl at the end. Yeah.
Yes, that's the baby of the
Are,
house.
are you sure that's the baby of the household? There is there's one more coming after her. It's not coming.
No, there's no one more coming, please.
I mean, I think it would be good to have two aside where there are two boys, two girls, so two of you can play evenly. Because two girls, you're going to overpower the boy. You know.
So,
Oh.
so we always wanted, but I mean, our parents didn't buy our idea, so we literally had to turn my brother. We literally had to turn my brother into a girl's boy. It's just now that
I
he's not
go.
doing it. We just had to make
Okay.
him a girl.
So I hope he's not using lipstick because I beg people I know initiate out. I hope he's not using lipstick.
No, it doesn't. But sometimes it doesn't have a choice because we, the girls, are the one that talk so much. As much as he tries to become an introvert, it's very impossible with us. We make him do things that he doesn't want
Okay.
to do. You know, most times he just has to go
Yeah.
out and look for friends because we are going to use talk and finish him in the house. But it's good. It's good.
Absolutely. Definitely. So let's talk about your growing up. But maybe on a ground scale, how does it feel to be a firstborn, the firstborn in your family?
If I have my way, I tell you, I'm going to come as the last born in my next life.
Wow.
I thought, oh, how do I put it now? Being a firstborn is not an easy bite because without
Hmm.
anyone preparing you, you're already in responsibility. I mean,
Hmm.
somehow nobody has to even teach you unless maybe you get to learn at the end, but you are already fixed to see being a first child as a responsibility already. You want to
Hmm.
always carry the burden of every other person, even when they did not send you. So growing up for me was, I don't want to say traumatic because I mean they would say that's the normal thing, but I mean it was not really easy because first and foremost, the chores in the house. Why would you say I should be the only one to do everything, then others will learn? I am going to wash
Hi.
plates. I started cooking at a very early age, like I think 7, 8, when my mom said prepare rice, and I boiled water to wash the rice. Because I mean, I didn't have any kitchen knowledge, but I think she just gave birth, and we needed help. Nobody was with us. So I needed to cook the rice. And she said, boil water, then put the rice. And I just boiled the water and poured it inside the rice and started washing it like that. Until, did you really use hot water to wash the rice? I'm like, I did not know. I mean, it's just a lot. It was just a lot. Then I needed to keep up. I mean, I was academically sound, no doubt. So I was more or less like a yardstick. Oh, your sister is doing well. You too should do well. And then growing up into being a teenager was another phase entirely. You know, we really have teenagers exuberance, so we just want to do this in our own. But my parents are not going to agree because you have to obey their rules and regulations. And
Wow.
I mean, seeing other children from other houses, seeing that, oh, you're also the first child, you're going to carry the weight of everybody, you have to cook and ensure everybody's fine. I remember when, you know, my mom would go to work and she say, take care of your younger ones. I mean, I was just young on my own. Clearly,
Yeah.
I grew up so fast because I had a very fast education. So I left primary school at
Okay.
age of 8. I graduated from secondary school at the age of 14. Just try to
Wow.
imagine being a firstborn. And I was so small, let me put it that way, but just academically, I was just like way ahead. So everybody used to think that I was matured. No, I wasn't. I mean, as at
Okay.
GSS3, I think I was 10, 11 in
Okay.
GH3, and I was still playing with sand. I was still doing come and carry your. I mean, because I was just a child, but at that point, I was in a higher class. I could see the way other people did things, and you know, I was already encumbered with the responsibility of ensuring that my siblings are doing well. I mean, sometimes even the decisions that I take would even affect them because I say, everybody, we're not going to lesson today. Let's stay at home. Let's do this. But I mean, nobody really trained me to that role. I just had to embrace it.
Going to that role.
I mean, I just had to embrace it. So
Okay.
basically, that's just my growing
Okay.
up.
Well, yeah. The thing you said first is that if you had the opportunity of selecting your position of birth again, you would
I tell
most
you,
likely not choose coming out as the first. Now,
I
but
tell you.
again, and anybody listening to this now is saying that our firstborns are suffering. So let's take it up from the joy part. What about being a firstborn excites you, or has always excited you? Are you proud of being a firstborn? Because you can't go back into your mother's womb and be born again. You're
Actually.
now the firstborn. But so tell me, what about being the firstborn has been of delight to you?
Okay, so one of the many joys, if there's a word like that, I have is seeing that my success helps my younger ones to desire success. I mean, being the firstborn, I know that God has helped me to an extent that I've been able to get remarkable results, and I see the replica of that same thing in my brother and my sister, especially my younger sister. I tell people that she's my Pro Max, and I'm always proud to say it. I mean, she learns from the best. That's one thing that gives me joy. And I know a lot of people have told me that, you know, it's the part that you take as a first child that the others are going to take. And I thank God that I was able to, you know, become intentional, even if it was quite late. But my younger sister now, she's just 17. But as at 17, when I was 17, I didn't have clarity. I didn't have enough things, you know, to help me get aligned. But I mean, since 12, 11, I have intentionally, you know, trained and mentored her. And I'm proud of how she has become today. Even my younger brother, the same thing. The struggles I had to go for, you know, getting clarity about university, getting clarity about what to study, serving God or seeking God, getting help with gadgets and other things. As you know, for them, they don't have to go through that much struggle. So it just gives me joy to see that, okay, the path that I went through, they are not going to go through that path. It's not looking all perfect, right? But I know that they won't have to go through the so much ordeals that I went through. So that's one of the joy that I have, that, okay, the people that are coming after me are not going to go through that much that I went through. So it's one of the things that actually gives me joy, that, okay, I know that people coming after me are going to do well.
Okay. Now, now this is the even the essence of this podcast. What you just said now, because I
Okay.
asked you about the joy of being the firstborn, and what you just did was to play the firstborn script perfectly without even knowing. You didn't even
Wow.
talk about how it impacted you growing up. You talked about the fact that those coming after you, but you, as the firstborn of the family, when you were born, before your siblings came to this world, what did you enjoy as the firstborn of the family?
Ah, can I remember, Sha? I was very young. My brother came in like 2 years. Okay, yes, I think I enjoyed. Ah, before my siblings came, we were young. Oh,
Okay,
I think I
so
was
how many
both.
birthdays? How many birthdays did you cut cake?
I think first and second.
Okay,
They
then
showed me the pictures. I can't really remember, but they showed me the picture. And my younger ones don't have those pictures actually. They don't have that. I want to get her for house.
you see that. So they didn't cut cake growing up, did they?
They did. They did.
But did they cut more cake than you did?
I don't think so.
So if you cut two, it meant that they only cut one.
They got one, only one.
Oh,
I
okay.
enjoyed
So that's
it.
how.
That's so much
Yes.
attention.
Okay, you had so much attention. Tell me about the attention you had.
Growing up, okay, yes, being the first child, they always want to, get things done perfectly for you. Like in terms of school and education. I mean, my education was so fast because my mom gave me a lot of attention, ensuring that okay, I was doing well. That's one. And being their first child. I mean, this is the first time they're having a child. I know that I was really, really loved before other
Okay.
responsibilities started coming in. So I enjoyed that.
Okay. Okay. So you enjoyed all the attention that came
Yeah.
within the first of the family. I
Yes,
would
so much.
imagine that they got all the things they got for you were new because sometimes in most African homes, when you're the first of the family, they get everything for you fresh. If you're not the second born, you will now
Yes,
use what the first born has used. You will take a shoe,
yes,
put
yes.
socks in the
That's a
front,
very
put
strong
your leg.
advantage.
Yeah. So you did every fresh thing possible. They pampered you. And at what point did you notice the shift to your siblings?
Was not really noticeable because I thank God for my parents. They were able to balance it. The time that I now noticed the shift was when the last born came in, and I was already like 7 as at that time. I was almost leaving primary school already when they had to ensure that okay, the last born was also getting I mean, they literally had to like shift attention to the last one at the end of the day because she was more obedient. We were already becoming very stubborn and very disobedient.
Mm,
So,
mm.
so I mean, she was the one that was getting all the mommy this, mommy that, daddy this. Even till now, I use my sister as a bait to get this from my parents.
Your dad and mom, they must see this podcast.
See, I'm going to even show them. I can literally ask, I can tell my
Yeah.
sister that, please, I need this amount of money. And she'll say, okay, don't worry. She doesn't have, but she just say, okay,
Mm.
okay. Where did you not get the money? "Ah, I told daddy that this. I say, sharp, sharp, send it fast. Send the money to me fast. So I still use that as a bait that go and collect that money because I know that they'll be like, oh, yeah, a big girl already. A guy, I need money. And then I use my sister as a bait. So I think they were able to balance giving us the attention we needed. Kudos to them. I mean, I didn't feel sidelined at all. It was just I think when we're the responsibility were already getting very much and they needed to fix their priorities. Just then, but I mean, it didn't feel odd because I mean we're already growing up.
Definitely, definitely. All right. Now, I must also give kudos to your parents for the work they did, given what you have said about the fact that they didn't make it look so off for
Absolutely.
you. Now, let's tilt towards the pain of being the firstborn. If you look in depth, it doesn't matter how much they tried and they tried their best to make you feel as awesome as you say you felt growing up as a child, the firstborn in your family. There may have been certain things that you felt this was unfair in terms of how they dealt with you, how they related with you, the attention you used to have before has moved. What are the things you hoped could have been better managed growing up with you?
Okay. So I feel like as the first child, I was the first experiment. They they had not raised a child before. So I mean, they might have had other opportunities. I know how parents can be. Most times I want
Hmm.
to blame them, but most times I don't want to blame them because I feel like they were also learning on the job. And I mean, I
Hmm.
was just the first experiment they could take. I mean, growing up, I was actually
Hmm.
very stubborn too. So I cannot blame them for a lot of things. But one of the pain that the fact that they were not prepared for a lot of things and it also affected me. You know, there was a plan, but there was not enough preparation to put those plans in place. That's number one thing.
Hmm.
Number two pain is where I have to be sorry for every mistake. You know, my own parents, especially my mom, she will not give you so much opportunity to explain. If you just do something bad, you will chop the cane. But my
Hmm.
younger ones, they have the privilege of trying to explain that okay, I did this. So, and another pain is the so much expectation that they have of you. They just believe that you should just have it like they should have given you from heaven the sense. Like you should have just have sense.
Hmm.
And I'm living in an environment where I don't have things all figured out. I'm just doing as my hormones are telling me to do. Almost
Hmm.
while growing up, I mean, there are a lot of things I didn't do right. Yes, I didn't do a lot of things right. I always got into trouble. I was always trying to do a number of things that eventually to get me into trouble. So there was just this expectation of you are the first child. You should know what to do. You should be able to put your siblings together. Nobody taught me. You didn't give me any book to read on how to be a good firstborn or how to act. I was learning on the job. I was learning from the environment. I was learning from people. And I was growing up, so I will more do things up. I won't do things perfectly. But they always had this expectation that you are supposed to be well behaved. And I don't know how they expected me to be well behaved if I didn't go through any school of behavior. But then my siblings also
Hmm.
suffered its confession time because I took it out on them a lot. So whenever I get
Yeah.
till tomorrow, I still have to beg my brother for forgiveness because that boy went through a lot in my hand. And he was a boy. I
Hmm.
could not understand, you know, the boy and the girl, they are wired differently. I expected anything my parents told me, I
Yes.
expected him to do the same thing. So if they say everywhere is to be arranged, everywhere is to be neat, my brother doesn't have that inclination to everywhere being neat. So I would beat, oh God, have mercy on me.
Hey.
I will beat
Ah.
Shay. And I'll be like, are you disrespecting me? I'm the first child. I senior you. And my brother will cry. And then when my mom come, they will take it out on me. Why did you beat your brother? I said, I gave him instructions. He did not listen. And I'll be asked, do you
Hmm.
listen to instructions? I mean,
Hmm.
when we're already now, becoming very matured, then whenever I do something that's not right, they will now tell it to my face that you two, you are not obedient, we will not obey you. I will now feel so pained. I'll be angry. But thank God for God. I mean, at the end of the day, I realized that, man, I didn't do well. I didn't have a good CV. Until, I started to
Hmm.
now intentionally grow in God and I realized a lot of my mistakes. I had to just, reconcile. But now I'm the best big sister they can ask for. You can ask them. But that's
Okay.
that's the
Yeah.
expectation that they had of like they give me the expectations, but I could not meet up because I was not knowledgeable about what that rule was. So I couldn't even fit in well
Hmm.
and it just happened.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the fact that when you were growing up, you mentioned that you weren't treated as best as possible in the way that you would have wanted them to treat you, which was not of their fault. It was just like life happened. Now the conversation now would be, don't you leave that growing up that way? affected your level of response? Do you feel any traumatic uh, feel from how you were raised growing up? Are there traumatic traits that you observed of yourself given how you were treated? The things you just shared with us now.
Hmm. Traumatic traits. Yes. Yes. I can't say no because I mean it's not possible. But I can't say that it's so extreme. Yes. They tell us that when you are outside, there's a way you should behave, there's a way you should do. And my family while growing up, my mom would not really like allow us to, mingle so freely with people, like just go out and be blabbing. And I used to be a very bad talkative. So somehow I now resorted to just trying to be in my shell. It was later that I had to come out of it. So, when you're being talked down and shouted, yes, when you're shouted, don't do this, don't do that, and you now come out in the midst of your peers and you're like, "Ah, I don't want, I don't want anything to happen." Yes, it affected me because there are times that I'm supposed to like, okay, talk, and I know that I had a lot of not problems while growing up, but I mean, those shouts would make me just be like, oh, I don't even want to do anything again. Just leave me. Just leave me. But later I just have to come out of it when I start to learn that okay, what you've experienced should not be what define you in the long run. I mean, if anybody will tell me that I'm going to be a chatter mouth today, I mean, I'm not going to dispute because they say, "Oh, Vicky, you talk to." I mean, literally, in my house, if
Yeah.
you call any one of them now, they say, "Ah, that girl that swallow speaker." That what they used to call me. She swallows speaker. Then I
Okay.
say, "Yes, that's why I'm a public speaker." I say, "Yes, that's why I'm a public speaker." They always say to my face that, "Vicky, you talk a lot. Can you?" But now that's what is even putting food on my table. When they want to talk, I say, "Yes, that's what's paying my bills now." Okay, so can everybody now keep quiet? Can everybody now keep quiet? So, I mean, it was not a so good experience, but I've learned from it, and I feel like everything is just in the past. It's part of what enabled me to to learn to learn. So yes, I had some traumatic experiences. Okay, I don't want to talk. When others are talking, they become so free. I am most times reserved. Then I'm always counting my words, always trying to. I don't want to say anything wrong. But sometimes I lose it, and
Mm.
eventually I still have to just be me, but
Oh,
nothing too extreme. Nothing too extreme.
okay. If you think about those you have told I love you when you started saying I love you, because most people don't know when this person said I love you, but the people you have dated, people that you said, okay, every time you want to end the call, you say I love you, say I love you too, I love you, I love you too. Would you think that you have your upbringing in terms of understanding how love should be? I mean, maybe the question before this would be, when did you start to realize that your parents loved you?
Ah, let's say realize was when I was about to get into secondary school. Now, I'm not saying I didn't realize they loved me all this while, but that was when my consciousness, I told you I had a very, very fast education. My education was very fast. So I
Hmm.
I had to get matured in the classes. Imagine me in GS2, I'm still changing my teeth. So that's like my
Hmm.
consciousness when I became overly conscious of what was going on was when I was about to enter secondary school. So we had to leave Idrishaga to come to Igondo. So when we came there, they had to fix me and my brother in a school. And when we were there, things were not so very, very okay. But I remember my mom telling us that she would do everything in her power to ensure that we got educated and we went to school. We were bright, I mean, very bright. So I've seen people, I mean, where we have our house now, I've seen people give up on their children saying that, oh, they don't have the money and the children should just resort to fending for themselves. But my parents never gave up. They they never, my mom, especially my mom, my mom would push my dad and say, don't worry, we are going to figure it out. And, that made me to see that, these people love me so much. They would do everything. We did not have the best of the best. Like, we were driving in cars, but they ensured that they gave us the best. My mom will literally tell us that she doesn't want us to go out and look like we are not, well fed in the house. Even to clothes, she would ensure that we wore nice things. Imagine, children now, when you say, oh, my mom did this for my mom, did that for my mom, would ensure my mom deprived herself a lot of things. A lot. When they're like, oh, they want to buy this clothes, my mom will be like, oh, mom, she wants to pay her children's school fees. And my mom did that. Also, we entered secondary school, even to my university level. Even till now, my mom still ensures, she'll say, Shoti Jeun. And I'm like, do you know that? See, my mom will call me and say, hey, my baby girl. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be married soon. I'm not your baby girl. She's like, you that I carried you. I'm like, this is love. Like, how do you still? I mean, one of my friends was like, wait, is that your mom on the call? I says, my mom. If I put on the corner, say, hello, my baby girl, have you eaten? Don't tell me you've known. I'm like, do you know I'm an adult now? But I mean, that care and sacrifice that they did at that time, especially my dad too. My dad would ensure that even if we didn't have the best of, terms of food, my dad would always ensure we had books. Oh my God. My dad literally trained me speaking. I think I've said this. I was on the radio last year and I said this, that my dad was the one that literally trained me speaking, because my dad would ensure we had books. Even the ones that were not relevant. Sometimes we would start to scam him, say, because we'll be like, Dad wants to buy this particular book. And he would ensure, okay, is it book? Okay, you guys are going to get it. He would ensure that we had books. And we know that things were not really, really going on well for them. But they ensured that we were educated. My mom will ensure that, okay, we are going to school. When is a new term like this, we start sourcing for, you guys are not going to resume with this shoe. And that's enough love for me, please, because I've seen where we live currently at Ogun State. I've seen people who literally go to school without food, and I feel so much like, hey, God, have mercy. You feel like I see parents where they say, go to Sile, and I'm like, my mom tried though, because they sacrificed a lot to ensure that I and my siblings went to school, got educated, got the best of the best. And to me, that's the height of love. Because if you bring a child into this world and you're not even planning for the person's future, what else is there? I mean, so that's so much love for me, or to me.
Okay. Yes, that sounds like a parent or parents who love their kids, your mom and your dad in that equation. If you then look at the people you've told I love you, people you've said to them, I'm going to do life with you, but I had to break up along the way. Did you see yourself overdoing because you felt like you were loved? Did you see yourself overdoing when you started dating them, or you underdid?
Before I answer this question, I need to know who gave you my script, Mr. Palumi. I
Don't
need
worry,
to know.
ChatGPT.
You've talked to FBI. I don't understand.
So ChatGPT, it's ChatGPT.
Oh my God. This
Yeah,
is a very hard question. I'm trying
don't
to choose
worry.
words carefully. Okay. Lua. Okay,
Ah,
so yes, actually,
yeah.
very hard, because I mean it cost a lot of things, because I was seeing love in a different perspective, and this other person was seeing love in a very different perspective. So it was not so easy putting the two different perspectives into one fusion. So it caused a number of heartaches, not too extreme, but for me, I feel like it was a lot. So, so when I became, so conscious of the fact that, oh, you're gonna get married one day, and you're gonna have to do life with somebody who is having an entirely different background from yours, I knew that I needed to unlearn a lot of things. And number one thing was that love you talked about. My parents don't really say, they don't say it every time. I think it's now that my mom is now saying, it's now that my mom is now I think maybe my younger sister is having a lot of effect on her. when we were growing up, we didn't really used to hear the word "I love you," but that doesn't mean we're not loved. Actually, it's just not something that was. See, if I call my daddy and tell my daddy, "Daddy, I love you," my dad will look at me and say, "I be one calling my
I see
I
that.
mean, and you know, great. I'm meeting other people. When people tell you about, oh, how is this? So I had to like, wow, that's amazing. I need to inculcate this into my own personal life. I need to start doing this too. But it was not really easy coming to them saying, I love you, I love you, I love. I'm like, guy, you already know I love you, so I don't think I need to say it 100 times. Like, but this other person already knows that the family is coming from is like it's like an anthem. So that affected me. And when I spoke to my friends, I'm like, is this a big issue? Like, you have to learn it too. So I had to start saying to myself that, Vicky, I think you need to consciously start saying this so it becomes a norms for you. So I wish I could turn back the hands of time so that I could correct this. But I mean, things always have to things have to be that way. But what was the question again? Oh, Mr. Pelumi, you have made to start thinking. You have made to start thinking.
Yes, I asked how you were raised. How has that affected your relationship so far so good? And you started rightly by mentioning how that you didn't quite find it easy to say I love you. You wanted the person to assume you love the person, and that's a gap there. What else do you think from the way you were raised, the good side, the bad side, affected your relationship? The ones in the past, or maybe the one you're even in right now. Yeah.
Eh, okay, how I was raised, how it has affected my relationship. Can I put this into words?
Mm.
Okay, so
Yes.
in my family, I I was raised to always take responsibility. Like they call you, they don't call you. You go sha one do am. You shall just ensure that you are doing something. And in a relationship, one person has to take. Oh, I mean, I believe that one person has to take the lead, another person has to follow. I feel like I always wanted to take the lead. I don't know if that's a good word, but
Mm.
I always uh, can you get this done? And apparently, this person was also a firstborn.
Mm.
So imagine two firstborns fighting for their lives. So I think it was it I started to learn that. I think what was the series I found on Instagram where somebody was like how to ensure, I think it's first bloom or something, I can't remember the name. I was saying that firstborns who are in a relationship should understand that you're not in a relationship with your brother, he's a man, and they always want to take the lead in doing things. This person really tried. I mean, he tried. I didn't even know it was something that was to be noted. Because guy, I don't they do all
Mm.
this thing. No worry, I go do them. And another thing
Mm.
I would say affected me was the need to not be vulnerable. I I always wanted to be strong. I always, that firstborn, that tough side, like go chest down, go chest down. So
Mm.
I mean that was how I grew up. I grew up hearing be strong. You can do this. Oh, you overcome. Your name is Victoria. Wow, overcome it. And
Mm.
I was never um I didn't want to be vulnerable. And love is something that you just have to be vulnerable. But I didn't want it because that was how I was raised. I needed to be strong. And it's somehow that somebody is trying to love you and you're always giving up. Ah, you're always putting up an edge that don't worry, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And the person is trying to understand that you are not good. You are saying you are good. Am I not good enough for you? Or is there something that I'm missing? But me, I'm not even seeing it that way. I'm seeing it that don't worry, I can handle it. Whereas I really cannot even handle it. So I think those two things
Mm.
affected my relationship very much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now that was quite vulnerable of you, and thank you so much. It looks as though you are getting past that desire not to share because you shared something
Yeah,
quite
I guess so.
fascinating. Yeah. Now let's talk about the you've spoken about the benefit, how that you everything you used were new things. You had the privilege of seeing your parents, your siblings grow, and that's going to impact you even when you give birth to your kids. You have an idea, a clue of how kids grow and develop. And there are many sides to it. But if you just touch back on the impact of how you were raised on your previous relationship, did that also escalate to other areas of your life beyond just loving somebody? Did that escalate to other areas of your life? Maybe your work, you at the office, you always want to lead. Did that affect your work? Yeah.
Uh, I would say it's I'll say it's like positively because at the end of the day, I
Okay.
realized that I had a strong leadership skill. Like anywhere I get to, I shall want to get things done. And organize. Sometimes it's always good to read the room, right? But
Mm.
I had to learn that. I mean, in the long run, because I always want to ensure that things are put in place. I just love order. I just love order. And it was not anything, it was because I was the first child and I loved everything being in place. I think till now, even when I go home, I think the last time I went home to see my parents, and my sister saw me, she just knelt down on the floor and said, "Thank you, Lord." Oh, I was like, "What happened?" She said, "Ah, that she just cleaned the room today." I said, "Ah, alone you." Like and it got me thinking because she already knows that if Auntie Victoria comes to this house, she wants everything prim, cream. But most times, life is not always like that. And most times, I try to caution myself that, Vicky, can you calm down? But the thing is already it's too much inside of me. But I'm learning, right? I'm learning to always read the room. So most times, even when I went to that, I just said, well, just leave it. Everything, just don't worry. Just leave it. And it's a workplace. I feel like I'm always so forward, sometimes good, sometimes not good, because you tend to not read the room and understand how things work, and you just want to want to do this. But I mean, it has had positive impact for me because I've been in a situation whereby they needed to organize a particular thing and nobody was there to organize, and I just stepped in. I was like, okay, everybody introduce yourself and all. I didn't know that the admins were watching because their hands were busy. So when I just found out that somebody was already taking up this role, they just came on the group, sent me a message and said, "Oh, please, would like you to assist in the leadership." And that was how I walked into leadership without lobbying, without asking. In fact, when they were saying the story that it was because I was able to carry out those things that they were so relieved, I was like, that's great, amazing, that's good. So I'd say it has a positive and negative, but I always
Yes.
bring forward.
You're always taking the lead, and I asked the question
Yeah.
intentionally because I wanted to just establish that it also has its own good side. The ability to want to
Yes,
lead, take the
actually.
lead, has its good side. I posted something recently about avoidant attachment, which is that most people in that category try to not want to be vulnerable because they've all their life they've lived independent of many things. They've been asked to do many things by themselves. And in my own estimation, I think most firstborns fall into that category.
Very
The
well.
question I'm going to ask you is the persons you dated before now, if you were to look back very strongly, did you ever say I'm sorry?
Did I ever say I'm sorry
Yes.
for?
Now I'm saying maybe you offended the person. I'm not saying maybe you now said yeah, take food or do this. You said okay, maybe the name of the guy is Benga. Benga, I'm sorry for what I did. Did you ever say I'm sorry to Benga? I don't know if Benga is the name of the guy.
No, it's not.
Hey, I know it's Victor because you're Victoria, so we now Victoria. But did you ever say I'm
Like,
sorry to him?
who is
Yeah.
giving you my scripts, please?
I don't know. I just had ChatGPT tell me about Victoria Matthew in not less than 360 words. I put it
Are
there
you
and
serious?
I pick it up.
Wow. I don't want to
Okay,
hear
yeah. So
that.
tell me.
Okay.
Uh,
Did I ever say I'm sorry? I know I apologize a lot But see this calling the name and saying I'm so I don't think I don't want to lie. I don't think I did that. But I know that I don't think I did that. I'm I'm just gonna be like, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I know that. I mean, this would have
Mm.
turned it off a lot. Like, girl, are you hearing what they're saying? I'm like, I'm sorry now. I'm so. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. But I don't think I was neck deep
Mm.
into. Oh, I'm sorry. And I don't think I came to that point. But I wish I did. I mean, it could have been better.
Okay,
I
but
wish I.
does that mean you didn't quite love them as much as you felt you did?
I did actually, but I think I couldn't express how much I love that person, the way the person wanted it expressed. People have different ways how
Yeah,
they see
love
love.
languages.
How, yes, yes, how they want to be loved. And because I just felt like, oh, don't worry, if you show up for me, give me attention, I feel loved already. But that was not that person's own. So I think that was where a lot of issues started coming in. And I love this person, but I feel like I didn't just know how to express it the way he wanted it to be really, really expressed. So I'm sorry.
Okay. 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 And the question before I go to the last category of this conversation is do you think that being the firstborn that you are, that also may affect the kind of man you eventually settle with, in terms of the fact that you will want, because you know your tendency that you most likely may want to take the lead in the home and everything. Do you think that may affect the kind of man you want to be with?
Yes, ramification. And at this point in my life, I'm actually thinking. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately because you can plan A and B is happening, C is happening.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that anybody I am going to get married to, first, yes, understanding is there, but I mean, this person must, I mean, be somebody who is visionary, somebody who is leading, right? But on the other hand, I'm also thinking that I have so much tendency to always want to take the lead, which is not a good thing for marriage because as women, we're advised to submit, and and I know personally that submission is not what's the word now, it's not being used. It's just ensuring that you are aware that there's a leader over your head, and irrespective of the so many things that I'm able to still say okay, yes, to this person, and also know that my own is also thriving. Yes, it's I mean, being the first child is going to affect, because I'm trying to imagine how, let's say I get married to a last born. I'm trying to imagine. I'm thinking, okay, oh, I now marry last. It all depends, right? It all depends. I really don't have a perfect. I don't have a perfect scenario in my head, but I know that most men they always look out for somebody who is going to be submissive at the end of the day. But my kind of a person, I knew that when somebody see me like, be like, see this girl is her head in ground like this, and I mean, I think I need to really unlearn that and now become so. And I just need to get knowledge on how to ensure that I'm not being over, because marriage is going to need me to submit to somebody, and rightly, it's going to affect the kind of person I might become so picky. No, I'm not. I might. I am so picky. Yes, I'm becoming so picky. Like, okay, because I'm just thinking that I don't want anything that's going to affect me in the long run, because I've seen the kind of I've seen the kind of person that I am already, and I know that. Yeah. So if you don't have to have issues at the end of the day, so I won't say, oh, you stopped me from chasing my career. Whereas in the real sense, he's not stopping me. He's just trying to maybe curb some things and all. I mean, God help me. I mean, I don't know what to say. God help me, please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that's what
yeah.
I'm just going to toss to. Because yes, it's definitely going to affect the choice of person that I would want to settle down with. Definitely, definitely. I, I,
You said that definitely twice. I
I mean,
guess
I have to
one of
say
your
it twice
first,
because oh
yeah,
lagbara oh.
one of your first questions, the guy approaches you now. One of the first questions you ask him is, "Sorry, are you the firstborn or not?" I'm the last one. No, that's the, you just ghost him. You block. You block. I mean, we can't go with this particular thing. Yeah, but again, I hear you. I hear you there. Let's now go to the lessons you've learned along the way, and lessons you've learned along the way before we then go to most likely what you want to say. We just made it together. What you want to teach the next generation of firstborns that are coming up. So what you've learned, what I think you've learned along the way, being the firstborn, maybe as a person, in your relationship with your siblings, relationship with your parents, at work, and even the person that you once loved. So yes, let's have it.
Okay. Uh, it's I feel like my life has been a roller coaster of lessons because at every point in time I've always had to learn. Thank God that I didn't learn most of those things the hard way. But one thing I learned and I think that has helped me is this the power of self-reliance. I it's somehow as negative as positive, but it has helped me. I have always I've always like not have to so much time my living or whatever is going to be for me to others. I've learned to always want to take initiative where others are always like Kilave Sheba. I've been a first child has given me that strong shell of I can work this I can but it has taught me not to so much be dependent on every little thing. Water this you are depending on somebody. It rights wrong, but I mean it has helped me in my journey of life because I've escaped being yelled. Let me put it that way. You know when people have to say, "Oh I'm the one that's this for you." Now me be pepper, now me be salt for your life. I mean, I can take. I mean, I can say that I don't think anybody has to say that to me. Not that I'm not trying to sound proud, but it has it has helped me to always like, okay, we can get this done. I can do this without having to wait for persons to now come together and I say, okay, Vicky, let's give you this advice. That has helped me as a first child. Then growing up in my home has taught me that family is everything. There are times that I always want to run away from home and say, oh, I don't want to go. But anytime I get back home, there's just this, ah, I don't do my papa house. Like I'm home. Family has taught me
Hmm.
family matters, connection. Honestly, I always like, I don't want to go home because, but no, my home, my family was the first place that, even if a lot of things were there, but I found value because they were my first cheerleader. Amen. Even my dad would not allow it, but I know that wherever he is, he's always proud. He's always proud of me. And I mean, that has given me so much strength to always want to, do better. So my family has taught me that family is everything. So whatever you are doing, please put family. Let your family, I mean, be a part of whatever you're building. And I understand that being a family can be a lot of things, the burdens, the responsibilities, but never throw family out. Never. Don't put it outside and say, oh, I'm not going to do that. Because at the end of the day, that's where your roots is coming from. And in my past relationship, I think one thing I've learned so many things actually. So one significant thing that I've learned is to love is if you're loving somebody, love all in. Yes, I'm telling myself love all in. People have this perspective that don't do too much. Just wait. I don't know where that advice came from, but I don't think it's a good one. If you're loving somebody, love them all in. Go all out for this person. And let them know that you love them. Let it be evident. Then if eventually things don't work out, I mean, after the cry, after the everything, you will know that you genuinely loved somebody and you didn't fake it. At the end of the day. That's my past relationship has taught me that. And whatever I'll be saying to the next generation of firstborns, right? Firstborns.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Next generation of firstborns is brace up. Brace up because you go walk. Okay, so number one, just brace up. Brace up. Just brace up for a lot of things that are going to come your way. Put it in your mind. Except except you except your family is quite different and they have maybe better systems, better structures, but just ensure that you just like brace up. Another thing is never dim your lights. Never dim your lights as a first child. I think that's one thing that Monica's story has taught us. Everywhere is,
Mm,
I don't know if you watched it, follow me. The Monica movie that has got a lot of people talking about how firstborn trade their own
mm,
goals, they trade their own journey for others. I think I had a friend while I was growing up. Her mom gave birth
mm,
to 4 children after her, but she was very old before the mother gave birth to the second born. Like she was almost 14 or 13 before they had the other one, who was just like 3 or 2 as at that time. So we were having a conversation one day. And she was like, "Oh," I said, "Oh, what is this happen?" And she was like, "Oh, our mom said that the firstborn is the sacrificial lamb that's always sacrifice that always sacrifices everything for the others to thrive." I'm like,
mm,
I don't know, but they didn't give me that orientation in my own house. They gave me everything
mm,
because they believed that whatever they gave me was going to help others. And we were not, I mean, I would say we were not plenty, we're just three. But I mean, the remaining two are my back. I know what my eyes is seeing. So I always ensure that even if I'm going to be sacrificing anything, I'm going to ensure that I'm not doing it to the detriment of my future. Yes, I'm not doing it to the
mm,
detriment of my future in the sense that I'm not going to be saying, "Oh, I may be pepper, I may be salt. I will not do the things that I need to do." Yes, I'm going to consider that. Okay, my family they need this, but I'm going to put myself and say, okay, if I can't come through 100%, I can come through, I mean, let's say 30-40%, while I'm still trying to sort myself. So never dim your lights, never feel like you can't make progress in life because of the people that are after you. The truth is that I have learned, I think it was Apostle Femi Lazarus and additional assets I listened to. I listened to that podcast, a video. I think, what does Apostle Femi do? I can't remember the name now. On YouTube, I listened to that like 3 times. I said, God. I was just exclaiming as I was listening. He was talking about financial knowledge, how to become free financially. He was just talking about a lot of things. And one thing that he said that struck me is you can never give from an empty cup. If you are
mm,
not full and you keep pouring out, before you know, you'll be finished and there's nothing to pour out from. Then everybody's down empty. You are empty, other people are empty. It struck me. Like, if you are not free, you can't bring others out. So first thing you need to fight for is for your freedom, especially maybe you are coming from an average home where you know that okay, things are not really, really so good. Like they've sacrificed a lot for you to ensure that you are getting a good life that your parents didn't have. So I mean, just know that you have to ensure that you are free first. And when I mean freedom not only financially but knowledge wise. I thank God for how exposed that I have been. Thank God for going to school. Thank God the privilege to be in a university or attend a university. I saw people from different walks of life, and I was like, where have I come? Oh my God. I mean, you hear people talk about things and you are impressed. Like, I thank God for my mentors too. It was when I left my house that I realized that having mentors in life would just make your journey very easy. People who have gone ahead of you. And that's how I was even able to become a mentor to other people. My mentor, kudos to her. She's a lawyer, a barrister, a lawyer. No, she's a barrister, yeah. And Abuja, Blessing Kola, just shout out to her. And she was the first person I reached out to and said, I want you to mentor me. I see your life. I love how you are. And I don't know if she's the firstborn. No, she's not the firstborn. She's the secondborn. And she just gave me knowledge-wise. She helped me get light. She helped me get light, understanding how my life should work. And those knowledge that I gained is what I am teaching my younger ones. What I am teaching my kids, that you can do like this, you can do that. And later it has helped me because there are times that I did advice and I have to eventually reach out. I mean, I can tell you for a free that if I bring my younger sister on this platform and tell her to say, okay, this, that, you'll be shocked the amount of knowledge that she has. Like, are you sure it's me that mentored you like this? I mean, I'm proud of it. Even my brother, when I message him and I'm like, what do you think I should do? I'm not that firstborn that I'm like, I mean, no pass. I've learned that. You need advice. Let her ask for advice. You don't know it all. I think every firstborn should learn that. You don't actually know it all. There are times that my sister's counsel, that the last born in the house, has saved me from a lot of things. I remember one time I was struggling with prayer, and in the house I was just falling asleep. I was tired. Then my younger sister now called me the other day and said, she read a post online about how falling asleep during prayers at night most times is not demonic attack. It's just strategic positioning. That's the first time I'm hearing such like that, because I didn't even read the post. It was hard. I read it and now told me that most times if you want to pray, it's good to stand up and not sit. It's good to walk around. She learned it from somewhere and she eventually had to teach me. And I'm like, oh, thank you for the advice. And when I was telling people, I didn't feel bad that my sister was giving me advice. It felt so good that, train. She's giving me advice. My brother, the same thing. I've had to ask, do you think I should do this? Do you think I should do that? Like, Vicky, don't do it like this. So why not just do it like that? Even financially, I like, guy, advise me. Do you think I should do it like this? Okay, don't do it like that. Do it like this. So that other thing I've also learned, that you don't know it all. Ask for help. If there's anything I'm going to advise anybody, please ask for help when you need it. I think we ones have that mindset that don't worry, now me they call me for help. I've learned the hard way. I actually learned the hard way that asking for help is not weakness. It's a part of the journey. So always, okay, I need help with this, and I mean I'm still learning a lot of things, right? And I thank God for the opportunity, because I really didn't know I was carrying this too much burden inside of me. Thank God for the opportunity to even pour out and say, oh, this and this is happening. So my little advice, firstborns, please brace up. Don't dim your light. Ask for help when
Yeah.
necessary. I mean, you don't know it all. It's okay to ask for help, even from your siblings. Let them know that. Let them also understand that, yes, you are the firstborn, but you are first a human being. You are first a person. I mean, but that's why I said, if I want to come, I'll come as the last born, so I can be a baby girl. But eventually, I'm just the first child.
Okay, well, the one fun question we're asking our guests throughout this series, at least for this first 3-episode series, is what would you say to a single firstborn lady?
Single firstborn lady. Okay, I'm a single firstborn lady too. Should I make it very serious?
Yeah.
Funny?
Anyone you want to do, it's your turn.
Okay, single firstborn lady. Emma, calm down. Your blood is hot, yes, but it's good to be calm. Take a chill pill sometimes. And on a much serious note, single firstborn ladies, you should learn to be calm. You should really learn it. everything is not always about being so hyper. You can take things slow and just try to stay in charge or take control of the situation and be calm. Breathe in most times. Even me, I'm learning that because I met somebody not quite long, and this person could dissect all of my characteristics. Like, and I'm like, Jesus, in just how many days of meeting, you already know a lot. I say, Vicky, Moti, fuck up. Oh. I can't even pretend. I can't even pretend that I have this, I have that. So, firstborn ladies, be calm. And even if this advice is going to pertain to me, firstborn ladies, allow somebody to love you. Right? Just allow it. Allow it.
All
I
right.
people have to drum that in my head that yeah, firstborn, yes, but calm down and just allow somebody love you well. So
Okay.
just,
All right
yeah.
then. Yes. Thank you very much, Ms. Victoria Matthew, for sharing so much. You would use the word unreservedly. Thank you for sharing from your heart on this first episode of the Dear Firstborn Sis. And
You're
we
welcome.
hope that if you have something else to say after this, you can always let us know, and we would
Okay.
see anyone has. If you have a question you want to ask us, haven't listened to this podcast, you can write it in the comments, and we'll pass it on to Ms. Victoria, and we would have her share a response on this particular one. But for now, see you on the next episode. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank you.
for coming. Yeah.